Your heart's intelligence knows what your mind does not. When I ask you to scan your body right now, what is it like? Are your shoulders kind of tense? Is your heart kind of numb? Is your gut kind of tense? Do you feel safe? Is it relaxed? Are your arms relaxed? Are your legs relaxed? Or are they tense? Are they kind of held? Are they in defensive positions? Or are you just kind of open? You see, most of the time, because we live in a culture that's very sedentary and kind of disconnected from, well, our body, emotion, other people, spirituality, most of the time we live very disconnected from the body and very unconscious of it. And because of this, we're chronically in states of tension, defensiveness, traumatic response, actually. And in this video, I want to really help you to, well, reconnect to your heart's intelligence so that, well, you can actually just live a more fulfilling life that you actually enjoy. And a big part of that is practicing embodying your emotions. And as you practice embodying your emotions, you begin to recognize that your body is very intelligent. You see, kind of how do you think about your body? Do you think of it as a bunch of skin and muscle and bone and blood and it's kind of dumb and it's whatever, it's just a bunch of meat and it's not very important? Maybe that's how you think about it, and this is probably how most people in our world think about the body. Or do you recognize it as something that gives you very profound signals, something that has an intuitive wisdom and intelligence to it? Do you recognize your heart as giving you profound messages that you actually need to listen to and take action on? You see, these are two different paradigms of the body that each kind of hold their own truth, but when it comes to living a fulfilling life, when it comes to reaching your full potential, you need to actually recognize the wisdom and intelligence of your body. Because otherwise, well, the other position kind of gives it away that you're numb to your body, that you're not really connected to it, that you're not present in your body. You see, when you actually practice, where is this book? The Way of Effortless Mindfulness, right? When you're actually practicing some meditation, this helps your body to actually feel safe. When you actually have a strong focus on your somatic internal family system, right? When you actually have a strong somatic focus, your body can actually feel safe. You don't have to hold that tension. You see, when I tell you, right, to notice the tension that's in your body, now you can relax it. Hey, I don't want to hold that there. It doesn't actually feel good. Okay, now I can actually relax it because I was aware, right? I can relax it, maybe not 100%, but maybe 2%, a little bit. And as you build that connection, your body can actually start to feel safer and safer and safer in more and more situations. And you don't need to rely on old, outdated mechanisms for, well, your safety and your survival, because it's suffering, right? To hold your body in these sort of defensive and rigid tensions and defensive positions, right? It's uncomfortable. You're kind of stuck in a wound, actually. Your mind is also kind of in survival mode as well, because your mind and your body, they're not actually separate. They're one. So you need to actually use meditation as a way to actually allow your nervous system to get out of fight, flight, and freeze and reconnect to the body. Giving your body direct awareness, direct attention is basically the way to break yourself out of your mind. You see, your awareness, your pure awareness, when I ask you to just be aware of the fact that you're aware, that awareness pulls you out of the constant hypnosis of your thoughts. That awareness helps you to kind of break out of autopilot and actually make a new, fresh, conscious decision. That awareness really is your most valuable resource. And when you're stuck in thoughts all day and you don't give any awareness to your body, it's very unconscious, it's autopilot mode, and your body is going to remain stuck in these sort of defensive positions, because that's kind of what that does. That's what is creating that state. It's that lack of awareness of these sort of wounds and traumatic responses and defenses that are in the body, right? It's that lack of awareness of it that's kind of perpetuating that state, right? So when you actually practice embodying your emotions, when you're actually focused on the somatic internal family system, when you're practicing the way of effortless mindfulness, that's when you can actually realize your heart's intelligence. That's when you actually begin to recognize that, wow, my heart isn't this sort of dumb thing. My heart has neurons. My heart's actually really responsible for my decision making. Same thing with my gut. My emotions, right? And depending on whether or not I'm intimate with them, I'm connected to them, this has a huge impact on the decisions that I actually make in my life. So learning to feel is actually a skill. It's something that you need to practice, kind of just like building muscles. And I want to share with you a good distinction right now that you need, right? So maybe you have the question of, Lucas, if I do that, then I'm just going to be like way too overly emotional. I'm not going to care about the facts, and I'm just going to like only act based off my emotions. No, I'm actually advocating for an integration of head, heart, and gut. But there is a distinction here between emotional weather and sort of meaningful signals and feelings, right? So emotional weather is like a sort of unconscious autopilot, defensive sort of reaction, or maybe you're in a bad mood, or maybe you just wake up and you kind of feel unmotivated and groggy because, you just woke up and you've been lying down, dreaming for the last 8 or 9 hours, and you're not hydrated, all this kind of stuff, right? So there's a difference between emotional weather, right, and a sort of like something that's deeply unconscious versus when you make that deeply conscious and you're actually present in your body and it's really giving you like very profound, important signals. Very, very different things that you need to actually learn how to tell the difference, right? You need to actually make those kinds of distinctions in your experience, and a great way to do that is actually by, reading a bunch of the books that I've actually been, showing you, practicing meditation, getting a teacher, getting a coach, right? I do coaching, getting a therapist, getting someone who's highly skilled in this, practicing it, getting them to actually, right, assist you, and actually reading books as well. Right? You actually need to like dedicate time to mastering this because this is a big deal. These things control your life. If you actually want to live a really fulfilling life, like this is something you need to actually be serious about. Your psychology, right? Your emotions are going to actually impact you every second of every single day, and they're going to be driving a lot of the decisions that you make. So you really better be quite sure on exactly what's going on inside you. You better get quite clear about your internal world if you really want to really reach your full potential and just live an authentic life, right? So that's basically it for this video. If you want some really good resources, you can check out my free book list. I've read hundreds of books on this kind of stuff. You can get a lot of great ones in the therapy and healing section, on the psychology section. I'm also doing one-to-one coaching. You can work with me. I'm also doing group coaching. You can check that out in the pinned comment down below, right? I have a private community. I have my course in there where I'm explaining this stuff. Every single week I'm going to be doing a group call. I would recommend joining if you take this work seriously. It would be a really good fit, and I would honestly love it. I would love to communicate. I would love to chat. This stuff is my passion. I absolutely love it. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Take it easy.